happy, thankful Thursday. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to try this live again. I actually went live yesterday during my lunch break, and my phone overheated, and so it cut me off like when I was almost done with the live, so I didn't even get to share it. So I wanted to go through this once again because it is a new month. Number one, it's Thursday. It's Thankful Thursday, and one of the things that I'm always thankful for and grateful for every single day is taking the steps to take on my health, to create better healthy habits, and ultimately creating an amazing lifestyle that I truly, truly enjoy and embrace. So I wanted to give you guys 10 tips that I have learned in the past 7 to 10 years of my journey. Lifestyle tips that are really going to help you as you set new goals for the month of August. Like I shared in my 21-day challenge live that I did a couple days ago, this month is super important because it is the month of getting back into a routine. So it's the absolute perfect time to get back into the rhythm of creating that routine that's going to give you those amazing wellness goals. So I started my weight loss journey 10 years ago, the last 7 years with Herbalife, and really the last 7 years have been the most critical because it's where I really learned how to fuel my body properly to create a sustainable lifestyle. Really, that is the name of the game when it comes to living healthy and creating healthy habits. You really want to create a routine and habits that are going to be sustainable. And like I said, when I started my weight loss journey 10 years ago, I was doing all the wrong things that weren't benefiting my health or my body and my transformation goals, etc. So mindset included. So I wanted to give you guys these 10 tips that I have learned in my journey in the last 7 years that have really allowed me to create a sustainable lifestyle where I feel amazing, powers my journey in every phase of life, and it's just super exciting to be able to share this with you guys. So like I said, I started my weight loss journey 10 years ago, the last 7 years with Herbalife, and the last 7 years have really been what has been the game changer. So I was invited to this community by a good friend, and I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with the nutrition, but more importantly, the just how easy it was to follow this plan and to get results, and then to be able to share that with someone else and help them get powerful results as well. So my first tip for creating a healthy lifestyle is to acknowledge, I wrote it down because I got mom brain, okay? So to acknowledge that change is needed. It's really important that you have this awareness within yourself, because when you make the decision to change, things will change, but you have to have an awareness of whatever I'm doing is not working, so something needs to change in order for me to get the result that I want. And stop falling into the yo-yo diets, the yo-yo diet cycle and the binge eating. It's really important that you yourself acknowledge what it is that you need to change in order to have those results. Number two is to make the decision. So make the decision to start creating those healthy habits, because at the end of the day, the only person who can inspire and motivate you is you. You are the only person that can make it happen for you. And just, as much as we can have people in our life, friends and family, maybe our partners that support us and cheer us on, there's nothing like having you as your biggest cheerleader. So you need to make the decision that something needs to change, that you want this change for yourself and for nobody else. And when it comes to that, it's really about taking it slow and trusting the process, trust the journey. One of the things that I've learned in many years of going back and forth and doing all of this, right, and trying this and trying that, and it doesn't work because it's not sustainable, is allowing myself to trust the process and know that this is one thing that I tell my clients all the time is, if it didn't take me, so I've lost 115 pounds, it didn't take me a month to gain over 100 pounds, it's not going to take me a month to lose it. So you have to really trust your body, trust the process, trust that you are taking the steps to get those results, but you have to allow that time. You have to think of it as when you are eating unhealthy for a long time, and now you're trying to change those habits and start eating healthy, it's one meal at a time. It's one workout at a time. It's one, activity at a time. It's one baby step at a time. And you have to allow the nutrition to do what it needs to do to heal your body backwards, okay, to work backwards. So super important. Number 3 is to write down your goals. I never used to do this until the last 7 years, and there's just a power. It's part of manifesting, and I'll get into the next tip, but it's really part of creating a plan. And for me, it's been so critical in not just in my wellness journey, but in life, to have a plan and write it down and write those goals down, because it's easy to say it, but if you don't take the time to acknowledge it in writing, it's almost like you didn't even say it, and it's not going to happen. So super important to write those goals down. And then number 4 is to practice affirmation. So part of writing down your goal is, now affirmations are basically declaring it in words, saying this is what I'm going to do. And there's just, what I've learned is that there's such a power in your word and saying it out loud and sharing it with the universe. So the universe is like, your declaration is these words, and now I'm going to, because you're putting it out, it's what you're going to attract into your life. So it's really, really important, and I've just found it so powerful in my journey. And what is affirmation? So for me at the beginning, it was I am statements, right? And this is something I would repeat to myself in front of the mirror. And it began for me in the beginning of my weight loss journey in the last 7 years. It began with me turning the negative things that I was trying to work through and turning them into a positive. For example, I didn't have confidence. So one of my I am statements was, I am confident, I am strong, I am resilient, I am capable, right? All of those things that I thought that I was, and I turned them into powerful I am statements and beliefs. And the more that you practice this, the more confidence you build in yourself to continue to step into that power to make these things happen for yourself. So super, super powerful. And we even do them with now my daughter. We used to do them when she was a baby. And she just thought it was silly she loved to look at herself in the mirror, but now we do this. This is a practice that we do, and she'll stand in front of the mirror and she'll say, I'm strong and I'm smart. And it's not necessarily physical things, but just things that make you feel powerful and give you confidence. Number 5 is to measure your progress. So this is part of accountability, right? And progress is a big topic because it's really, really important. Because a lot of times we can get discouraged with, I'm going to grab this phone just in case because it's kind of getting a little hot, and put this air on there. So progress is a big topic, especially as a coach with my clients, because people tend to just be lasered in on the scale. And although the scale is one way to measure progress, it's not the only way to measure progress. Writing down, taking your measurements, right? Taking your measurements. How is your energy? How is your clothes fitting? The most important one for me is taking photos, because in photos you can really see the difference in your body composition as you're transforming. So one of the things that I recommend to clients is to take their photos. We have a day, Friday's weigh-in, Friday's progress, Friday is photo day as well. Now, and even if they don't send them to me every Friday, my expectation is take those photos, because I tell them all the time, I wish that when I first started my journey over 115 pounds ago, that I would have started taking those photos, because I really would have embraced the journey sooner. I would have acknowledged my effort, and I would have acknowledged the progress that I had sooner had I seen those photos side to side. The only before photos that I have at my heaviest are photos that I was tagged in. And they're not even that's why they're grainy. They're not the best quality, because it wasn't like, hey, let's take a full body selfie. I wasn't into that because I just wasn't comfortable in my body. And so I always give that disclaimer is like, if you really want to track your progress, you have to take pictures, because there's just a power in seeing the side by side, so you can truly see how much work you're putting in and how your body is changing. Because the scale is kind of limited, because it's not really taking into account all the work that you're putting in. one of the things that I also share is that the scales also is measuring so many things, not necessarily your progress in that moment. Because, for example, when you work out and you strain your muscles, it takes a couple days for your body to recover. In the process of recovery, your body is flushing water throughout. So you will notice that, say you do an intense leg day, the next day you're swollen. If you were to step on the scale, you're going to weigh more because your body is processing the restoration of those muscles and of your body, and it's going to be fluctuating in water weight. It's basically trying to get rid of that water by like flushing out that water, but it's retaining water, if that makes sense. So it's a process. It takes a while for that water weight to go down to actually be a true measure of where you're at in your progress. So the scale is one great way. But number one, don't weigh yourself every day, and only focus on one day every week that you weigh yourself, so you can truly say my best advice is to weigh yourself after a rest day, because then you know that your body has been at full rest. There isn't water fluctuation happening because of soreness, etc. And then when it comes to that as well, as that's one of the amazing things of me being a coach to my clients, is that I am also that measure of accountability to support them and to check in with them, because we are our own worst critics. And I know for a fact that when I have a client that's taking photos and I can see the difference, I can point out, well, look at this and look at this, look how many inches, you can see the inches coming off. But because we are our own worst critic, we will sit there and say, oh, I don't see a change. And it's not until someone else sees and says, girl, look at this versus that, look at how much you're shrinking. Like, that's really important. And that's one of the things that is really great about having an accountability coach to support you in that area. Number 6 is, when you're on this healthy lifestyle change, it's really important to have healthy rewards when you reach a goal. And what does that mean? So one of the things that I've learned, because I used to be really bad at this, was I used to be like, okay, I did really well Monday through Friday, so come Saturday, or I lost a pound, I lost an inch, whatever, and I would reward myself with like something unhealthy to eat. And then I realized, you're not a dog. Stop giving yourself a treat when you do something good. Instead, turn it into something positive. So one of the things that I recommend to clients is set a small goal, 5 pounds in a month, whatever, right? Set a small goal and have a reward lined up for when you reach that goal. For example, I have some of my ladies, like, okay, they have a 10-pound goal. Doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. Before you get to that goal, I want you to go pick out a dress that you're going to wear once you reach that goal. Or pick out an outfit. Reward yourself with a new fitness fit or some new running shoes, whatever, right? Make it something healthy, because the intention is, I'm going to go into the next couple tips, is the intention is to reward yourself with something that is, number one, not gonna deter you from progress, but also gonna help you build a healthy relationship with food. So number 7 is creating a balance. No one wants to live in restriction, and I can speak from personal experience. When I did not know what the hell I was doing, I was trying to figure out, like, I was doing all the yo-yo diet stuff. I was cutting things out. And what I realized was, number one, in order to have a healthy body, I need to have a healthy balanced diet. What does that mean? That means having my proteins. That means having my carbs. That means having my vegetables, my fruit, my healthy fats, not leaving any of that out, because your body absolutely needs all of those nutrients to run at optimum level. One of the first things that people run to is this idea of like, oh, I'm going to restrict on this. I'm not going to have carbs. That's like the most common thing that I hear. I've been there, and I can tell you from experience, it's not sustainable. And secondly, carbs are an essential part of your daily diet that you need to be having, because if you don't know this, carbs are your main source of energy. So it doesn't matter how much protein you eat, doesn't matter how much, all of these other things, because carbs, when it comes to energy, because carbs are your main source of energy. Carbs are what fuel mind and your body. And so it's really important that you don't go into this unless listen, I know some people are directed by doctors to not consume grain carbohydrates, which I totally understand, but understand that it's not a means, it's a means to support chronic illness and to get you out of that phase. It's not meant to be a sustainable lifestyle. And so if you don't need to do that per doctor's request, I don't recommend anybody do that, because all it's going to do, it'll maybe get you a couple of results for a little bit, but then you hit a plateau, and then what? There's nothing else you can go into cutting. Protein is essential because it is the one thing that our body doesn't produce in a sense of nutrition wise for our body to maintain our form. So protein is important because it's what literally is keeping our skin together, our organs. It feeds our organs. It's the best way to, especially if you have weight loss, it's what prolongs your hunger as well. So it's really, really important, probably the most important, second to carbs, because carbs is energy, and healthy fats. So many people, there's just so many misconceptions when it comes to nutrition that people think I can't eat this, I can't eat that. So we'll have a whole other live when it comes to that. But just know that it's really important to have a balance of that. And then number 8 is building a healthy relationship with food. So going back to that, it's really important that you understand that your body needs all of these nutrients in order to function, in order to fuel your body to run correctly. And when it comes to building that healthy relationship with food, going back to rewarding yourself when you lose 5 pounds, and then going, I'm gonna go have 10 slices of pizza, like, creating a balance is important, because you're not, like, I believe, and this is what I teach my clients, is that you can still have those things if you are being consistent throughout your week, throughout your days. And it's not about like, I ate this bad thing and now I can't eat anything for the rest of the day, because I've been there. I hear this all the time. Just jump back into what your routine is, and like, don't worry so much about it, because that's just going to take you down a rabbit hole of like chaos. When it comes to building the healthy relationship with food, it's like understanding that food is fuel. That took me a really long time to learn, because I was an emotional eater. Being a Mexicana, like, food is everything. Food for me is memories, food is family. But at the same time, I learned that you can still enjoy food while incorporating it in a healthy way, by understanding that your body needs certain nutrients to run at its best. Especially as we get older, we're aging, nutrition is just critical, and it's a lifestyle, and it's really important that we conquer that part of understanding that food is fuel. Now, when it comes to making enjoyable, I have been meal prepping effectively. Let me say that I've been meal prepping for the past 10 years, but effectively in the last 7 years, not restricting, making sure everything is balanced. You guys watch my stories. I literally eat all day. And that hasn't changed. My nutrition plan hasn't changed from prior to pregnancy and during pregnancy, or even postpartum. You guys will watch what I eat. I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours, and it's just being mindful of what I'm consuming, knowing that I have to consume protein, I need carbs, I need vegetables, I need fruit, I need healthy fats, I need to stay hydrated. It's just about understanding that your body needs everything in order to be at its best. And the healthy relationship with food, many of us grow up with that when we're sad, we eat. When we're happy, we eat. But it's just about learning the things that you enjoy and how to incorporate them into healthy meals. Listen, I look forward to my food every single day, every single break, every single lunch. When I get home, I look forward to what I'm going to eat, because number one, I know that it's good for me and it tastes bomb. And I understand that if it doesn't taste good, it's not going to be enjoyable, and you're not going to make it a lifestyle. So one of the things that I recommend is to start to familiarize yourself with healthy options. But find if you are, listen, you can make anything healthy nowadays. Like, there's really no excuse as to like, I really can't quit this, or and you don't necessarily need to quit it. You just need to scale back and create a balance. We love pizza, my husband and I, and now my Frida, my daughter. And we have pizza probably every other week. They have pizza every week. I have it every other week, probably. But it doesn't throw me off because I have a balance. I have consistency in everything else. And so enjoying a slice of pizza, 2 slices of pizza one Friday night is not going to throw me off of my goals of results, etc. But it's all about understanding that you need to learn that healthy relationship and build that healthy relationship with food so that you're able to have that discipline. And it comes through daily disciplines every single day, being consistent, and not overdoing it. And you'll get there. It's just about, doing the deal every single day. And I've probably tried every healthy recipe of any food that I enjoy. And that's what has made it fun for me. And that's why it's not hard for me to be consistent. In the last 7 years of losing my 115 pounds through pregnancy, postpartum, now pregnancy again, I've maintained that result. I have not gained back that weight other than during my pregnancies. And I know that I have a plan to, after this pregnancy, to lose that baby weight once again in a healthy way where I'm not restricted, where I'm enjoying the process. And that's what's most important when it comes to eating healthy and creating healthy habits. Number 9 is to stay connected to your community. So I was invited to this community 7 years ago by one of my good friends, like I said. And for me, it was a game changer, because prior to that, I was doing this by myself. I didn't have that accountability. I didn't have that support. It's so much different to do this alone with, say, friends and family around you cheering you on, than to do this with other people who are doing the deal as well. It's just a different level of accountability and support, and just to be around other women doing the same thing, working on themselves, getting amazing results. It's so inspiring. It's so motivational. And even as a coach, 7 years in as a coach, I love the community. I love being able to be connected to the community and just feeding off of each other's energy, supporting one another. When they're winning, when I'm winning, we're all winning. And that it's just a beautiful thing to be a part of. So definitely invite you to plug into, if you don't already have a community, come join mine. It's amazing. I promise you, you're just going to feel it's really going to fuel your journey. And then lastly is never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. I need a shirt that says that. When I started my journey, my weight loss journey 10 years ago, trying to do it by myself, it was very, very difficult. And I know that the community was the game changer for me, because I was always like this. In those couple years, was 4 years before, 3.5 years before Herbalife found me. That's what I was doing. I did have progress. I had amazing progress, but it wasn't in a healthy way. And so if it wasn't for my creating some kind of disciplines throughout the journey, I probably would have given up, because I had every opportunity to give up, to throw in the towel when progress wasn't happening, or when someone said something negative. I had many moments where I could have given up, but then I realized, who am I doing this for? It's not for my fiance at the time. It's not for my family. It's for me. It's for me. It's for my health, because at that point, I was in my mid-20s. My body was deteriorating at a fast rate. Like, my health was bad. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good in my body. I didn't feel good about what I saw in the mirror. And ultimately, I knew if I keep going down this road, I'm not going to live a long life. Or it's going to be miserable, because I'm going to be continuously sick. So I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I made the decision to say, you know what? If no one is going to believe in me, I got to believe in me. And I got to do this for myself. So I know that sometimes we beat ourselves up because we feel like progress isn't being made, or it's not fast enough. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. Above all, believe in yourself. Because if you don't, no one else will. No one's going to do this work for you. No one is going to do the work for you. So you have to believe in yourself and just keep going. Keep showing up for yourself. And even in the moments when it's hard, that's when you need to show up the most. Because that's why most people fail, not because they don't have the tools or the support. It's because they don't believe in themselves, And it's because they don't understand that it's not the end result that matters. It's the disciplines that you do every day. It's the little daily baby steps, or even the things that we don't want to do. Maybe you don't want to work out today. Maybe you didn't want to meal prep on Sunday. It's those moments that matter the most. It's not going to be that end goal. Say you have a goal of 20 pounds. It doesn't matter. It matters in the days leading up. Every single day counts. Make every single day count. So I hope these were helpful. Super excited for our next 21-day challenge. It's going to kick off on the 15th. However, the chat is open. We've got clients rolling in. Excited for these new results. And like I shared with you guys in prior lives when I shared about my pregnancy experience, like I have been doing these 21-day challenges from the beginning of my Herbalife journey for the past 7 years. And I just get to continue to grow and to evolve and to get new results. Even though I am pregnant, I have goals. I want to continue to be healthy, continue to stay active, to fuel my body for feeding not only myself, but my baby boy. And just to make my pregnancy experience the most healthiest possible, while feeling good, having good energy, taking care of me from the inside out, and being connected with the community. So it doesn't matter what phase in your journey you are in the moment. This 21-day challenge is here to support all of you. And just to end on that, it's not just about, so the intention of these 21-day challenges, although sometimes we have we focus on a body part, etc. It's not just about that. It's mostly about, and our intention is to empower you through your wellness journey, because wellness is weight loss, it's fitness, it's nutrition, it's self-love, it's everything. It's all encompassing of life goals. My intention as a coach, my community intention of all of us coaches, is to support women through that journey of just finding themselves, of loving themselves, and loving themselves healthy. And that's really what the goal is. And there's no better time to start than in this moment. Like I said, August is an important month because it's the month of creating routines. Whatever routine you create in this month is what you will take with you into the end of the year. Because come September, you've already established your routine. You're either on it or you're not. And that's the attitude that you carry it into the holiday season. And my goal is to teach you how easy it is, to share with you how, it doesn't have to be hard. You just have to be consistent with the things that you're doing, connecting to the community so that you have that extended support. And the beautiful thing is that we are online. It's not, we do in-person monthly events. However, it's not required. And it's just a beautiful thing to have an online platform where we have girls out of state, we have girls out of the country. It doesn't matter where you're at, you can stay plugged in and supported through these online challenges. So if you're ready, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Super excited to get new clients and returning clients started with this 21-day challenge, and just to have a powerful end of year. So happy Thursday.